Hello, my fellow dive enthusiasts, and welcome to Underwater Adventures. I'm Gary, and this is Shop Talk. But before we get started with today's discussion, I would like to thank you very much for coming by and watching our video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to give us a call or come by our website and drop us a line. Now, to dive right into today's discussion, we're going to talk about Nitrox, its limitations, its benefits, why not. So let's start with its benefits. So the benefit of Nitrox is that it will provide you with less narcosis effects. So the effects of nitrogen on your body over time is based on the partial pressure of nitrogen. So as you consume more nitrogen, you have more nitrogen-like effects, the drunk effect that you have at depth. As you displace that nitrogen with additional oxygen, which is what Nitrox is oxygen displaced nitrogen, you are able to have longer dives because you have less nitrogen consumption. This usually leads to a feeling of being less fatigued after a dive, you have more energy after a dive, and you have a more enjoyable dive overall because you're able to spend additional time at specific depths. This is a good benefit to have, especially on our shallower dives or on specific types of dives that we go on, like if we go to Cayman Islands, anywhere at all that you're going to be at between 40 feet and 80 feet, you're able to enjoy those dives a little bit better. But that brings us to limitations. So there are a significant amount of limitations we want to take in consideration. Why we get trained Nitrox is to make sure we understand those limitations. So for Nitrox specifically, that additional oxygen builds up in our system as well. So as we go to deeper depths, we have a buildup of the partial pressure of nitrogen, and that can have an adverse effect on our nervous system and can lead to significant problems. So we want to take those considerations as well, working through each dive individually based on depth and longevity, as to make sure that we are able to perform those dives safely. So that is the biggest limitation of Nitrox, is oxygen toxicity, and it's depth restrictive because you have that oxygen toxicity. You have to limit the max depth you can go with those particular blends. So where you have a 32% oxygen, or you have a 30% or 38% oxygen, you want to make sure you're limiting your exposure at different depths. You take that planning time a little bit more serious. You want to put additional time into planning that dive. But overall, it's a benefit because you get a little bit longer at depth, because you're going to get a longer dive overall. You're going to feel better when you come up from the dive. You're going to have less fatigue overall. So nitrogen is something you might want to consider in the future, especially if you're already qualified basic open water, or if you know the area you're going to be in. As a basic open water diver, it allows for those depth excursions. So you're at shallower depths and you want to spend extra time there, go ahead and sign up for your course, sign up for Nitrox on top of it, so you can add that in and get it all at once. Or if you're in an advanced course, try to make sure you're getting that nitrogen class as well, so you can actually benefit from those longer dives and that less fatigue. That really concludes our shop talk. If you have any feedback, please feel free to come over to our website. Thank you for watching our video again. I really appreciate your time, and any questions, comments, and concerns, come over to our website, give us a call, drop us a line, and we'll help you guys out understanding more about the nitrogen system.